Sydney is covering a fan favorite creator of this channel, so let's see
Well, this is
what they're
just
doing
gross.
now. Alright, I'm locked
Hi,
in.
my name is Sydney. Welcome back to hell. And if you're watching this
Is
on
it hell,
Friday,
Sydney?
happy Halloween. Or
Is
for
it
those
really?
of you in the future, happy late Halloween.
Trying to get
Happy
out. Okay,
dressing
our
up
audio
like
should be
a
fine now.
slutty cat day. I did debate doing the entirety of this
Bro, I know so many girls who were dressed up as slutty cats. I don't know why it was cats. Cats and but police officers, I understand.
video in a costume, but this was the best that I could come up with. It's blowing air in my face! This is not what I intended.
Why didn't she pick the dinosaur?
Help me. Quick note before we start too, the sale, the 50% off
Is it
sale
over?
on my tea website is ongoing.
Aw,
Earl
damn.
Grey, New York breakfast, emerald green that are
Because if it was over, that
expiring
means
at the
she
end
would
of
have sold it
November,
also.
'cause I don't throw out tea here. We don't do that here. Use the code We Don't Waste on the site for 50% off, or check out all the other flavors too. I promise you they're very yummy. Okay, that's all. Now, because it is
Okay,
spooky
actual
season,
video time.
let me lay a spooky story on you. Jump
Okay.
scare. I'm just kidding. But not really. So it turns out our favorite gauche TikToker, Lily Tino, has
What
made a
are those earrings? It's like Tengen if Tengen had no sense of style. I mean, to be fair, as much as I love Tengen aesthetically, his earrings are so fucking stupid.
triumphant return to the internet after, only a few months ago, making a big song and dance about taking a break. Let's be real here.
They were forced
Anytime
off.
an internet personality says that they're taking a break, you know that they're going to be back in about a month. The addiction to all of that attention is just too tasty.
And the money as well.
Sorry. That was gross.
Even ignoring
now,
the clout.
One would think during this time away, during this period of not posting, Tino would have actually reflected and decided to make some change. But
Oh,
no!
yeah?
This weirdo has instead come back with a vengeance, and the content that is being churned out here
It's
is
the
the
exact same
level
thing,
of
yep.
creepiness that we have come to know and expect.
I'm so surprised.
I'm sorry. I did it
If you don't know
again.
who Lily Tino was the one who would explain like gender and sex through like croissants and bagels and shit. It was really weird. But people's main issue with it was, I think it's a she. I don't know. I think it's male to female. The problem with Lily is that she would do it in like the middle of Disneyland with kids around and kids in shot and stuff, and people were like, stop doing this around kids.
The only difference now is this person has seemingly escaped over to Twitch, where apparently creepy behavior
Oh, Twitch will protect them.
is extra tolerated. So good for you, Tino.
Come hell or
buddy,
high water,
pal.
Twitch will
Of course, there are a
protect
couple
them.
reasons why this matters and some additional information here, but before we get into that, let me just give you a little bit of the backstory if you're new here or you need a refresher. I am deeply sorry to have to remind you all of this again. So if you're new to Lily the Freak Tino, this is an internet personality, a TikToker, who had everyone in a bit of a tizzy a few months ago. In a tizzy,
Oh, and they went
Sydney.
into
Who
the
am I right now? My
women's
mum?
bathroom.
Sorry, Mum. I do love you and your weird language. Not your terrible Midwestern accent, though. That is awful. I go
What's
and
wrong with that?
wash the car? There's no R in the word wash. None at all. You freaking Midwesterners with
Every accent, just there's some words where they will just add or remove letters.
funny accents. Lily Tino is a trans-identified male, a former man, if you will, who has become very infamous online for a host of things, including but not limited to posting not safe for work content alongside
I forgot about that.
content for kids. This one still really gets me. It's mamming people out in public when they use the wrong pronouns, particularly waitstaff at restaurants to whom Lily is incredibly rude, begging for money online to pay for the meals out, as Tino is a self-styled
She pulled the...
food
It's not Josh Block. Who was it? Daniel Larson. She pulled the Daniel Larson. Where you go and buy food and then you sit there and beg chat to pay for food.
critic, harassing tired and underpaid waiters and waitresses. A Lily Tino pastime.
Also, most of them are
But
ESL
the thing that
as
got
well.
our noodle-haired friend
waiters.
into the most amount of trouble recently was going into many women's bathrooms at Disney World in Florida and taking photos with women in the background. This is a no-no. As a result of that, the internet went absolutely apoplectic, calling this person for absolutely everything. This is to the extent that
Yeah.
other trans people were like,
Wait a minute. Who are are you?
I love
As
this
many
kid.
of you
I don't know what the context of the clip. I never want to know the context of the clip. It's just perfect.
know, and
I
those
love
of
old
you
school
who are new
memes.
to this are probably expecting at this point, this was not even the first time that Tino had come under fire for doing weird crap at Disney. There is something so weird
What, Disney adults?
about Disney adults.
Yeah.
Like, mm. At the
They're very
California
special.
park, Disneyland, the internet erupted because Tino made a video that discussed graphic gender reassignment surgery and illustrated this point using food, which Tino does quite regularly. I have
Even
said it
just seeing the
before, and
subtitles,
I
I'm
am
like,
going to say it again. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to know about your marshmallow wand, guy. Nobody. People
No,
were
it's a marshmallow
correctly
tunnel now,
horrified
or
because,
was.
I mean,
Then it wasn't.
Disneyland is
I don't know.
clearly not the place to be talking about these kind of things, but children, more specifically, could be heard in the background laughing and playing. In the Disney World case, and I think this is the important part of this, the incident went so viral that the AG of Florida said on Benny Johnson's show that he and his team were looking into the incident, and they take this kind of behavior extremely seriously.
Yeah, I forgot to mention it was in Florida, which is an incredibly conservative state, by the way.
Because,
or from my
as
understanding,
it
it's
turns
conservative
out,
state.
it's actually quite illegal in the state of Florida to not only take pictures of people in the bathroom, but be a male and go into women's bathrooms.
Makes sense.
They take it quite seriously there, and they will come after you when you do these things. It's sort of
Break the
amazing
law,
how
get arrested.
in such a
Whoa.
short space of time, right-wing politicians decided that they wanted to lay down the law when it comes to this topic, and yet even now, a lot of leftists are still stuck on not misgendering people, which is even funnier when you consider just for a second.
I feel like leftists pick one of two battles. It's either be like your whole personality is gender or your whole personality is Palestine. There is no fucking in between. It's one of the two. Both are stupid in the sense that both do have some merits. I will give you that. But like you have overplayed it so much where everyone is just sick of you. They see you and sigh, you know?
News
like
that has
normies.
been popping up with relation to this topic. Like the recent
Normies
Don
see you
Lemon
and sigh.
story, just for example. I immediately looked this story up on Ground News when I saw it on Twitter because I knew that no left-wing outlet would even touch this. Don Lemon said that Megyn Kelly is not hot and looks trans. And as all of this
Views link for Ground News. That was a very clever transition, by the way, into the ad. It took me a second to realize what you were doing.
Wonderful news reporting.
Very
In
clever,
addition
very,
to getting
very clever.
smacked by the state itself, which is really something, there were rumblings that one of the women pictured in the background of Tino's photos was looking into her own sort of legal action. But as far as I know, nothing has come of that. Now, realistically, the more that I thought about this, the less that I expected to actually come out of this situation, because although it is illegal to take pictures and videos of people in these settings, and although it is illegal and Florida takes it very seriously when men go into women's facilities, I
can't wait for Black Friday, man. I'm gonna get such good equipment.
Not so sure how high up on the priority list this particular incident was. But of course, with all of this pressure and anger and the potential legal issues and what have you, back in July,
realistically, if the clip didn't kind of pop off, yeah, this probably wouldn't have happened as quick as it did. It probably would have happened maybe 2-3 years later, if even at all. You know, because it's like we have so many other things to take care of first that are far, far more important than this. You know, we'll get around to this. We'll get around to the minor shit when we've cleared all the major stuff, you know?
Went on TikTok and posted a video about taking a break from the internet, saying the primary point of the content Tino makes is to entertain.
I'm hurt. I am deeply hurt because of the amount of hate that I've gotten over the past 3 years doing this, 2.5 years.
Well, I mean, you kind of brought a lot of that on yourself, no? Telling everyone that Kurt Cobain was trans or pretending to be
That was
pregnant.
such a weird arc.
People really
Not
love
only that, she was saying that Abraham Lincoln was gay because he slept in a bed with a man. So, you know.
that kind of content. Very entertaining. Let's also not forget about your OF content there, friend. That's a weird stuff that's burned into my brain after watching all of that.
No, I don't. Well, yes, but not from you.
This is a pathology that I don't have time to get into. The video was a lot of this, talking about being hurt, how that hurt has really impacted the content that Tino makes. Basically, this is a person positioning their existence as one of victimhood, which is incredibly annoying because guess what there, friend? You are not the victim here.
They're all
way
victims.
that
They're all turbo victims.
My hurt has taken over my content in some ways. So
I think Sydney's ascending.
thank you for all the support, and we'll see you somewhere down the road.
Now, the response to this was about what you'd expect.
I like
a
her
bunch
nails.
of people got in the comments and were like, "Be gone,
Does something
vile
to my brain.
person." Vile weed! And for a few months, it was actually quiet. It was very quiet on the Western Front. But then this illusion of online peace was shattered because in October, Lily Tino posted a video that simply started with, "Hello."
Hello.
Ooh.
Ah! Well, now there's spray everywhere. Damn you, Lily
I can see
Tino.
your camera
Here,
got-
have some
yeah.
ASMR while I clean this.
But while I was gone, I did some reflecting on the way that I've been approaching things, and
I have made a
figured something
severe
out.
and continuous
that
lapse in
something
my judgment.
is that I've been leading with anger. I kind of already knew that. Before, but that I've been leading with anger, specifically that I don't want to lead with anger.
You see, the rest of us thought that you were leading with insufferability, but do go on.
But I'm excited to start up again because even though my time off has been very nice and very...
Come on, bro, get to the point. What is it? I do this as well, admittedly. But what is it with content creators where they either like you have the XQCs who deliver like 50,000 different pieces of information in 2 seconds, and then you have some people that will deliver 2 pieces of information over about 50,000 videos. It's like, come on, man, just words, form sentences.
nice opportunity that I have the privilege
Please.
of taking to reflect on things. I'll be happy to see y'all again in the stream.
Now, from what Tino was saying here, honestly, I watched this and I was like, I mean, this doesn't undo all of the weird, creepy things that you've done, and it doesn't undo that you're...
Well, realistically, all Lily Tino tried to do was to do... I mean, to be honest, I don't blame them. It is very effective, where you don't acknowledge the drama. Well, I mean, she did acknowledge it a little bit, but for the most part, you don't acknowledge it. You just leave for a while, let everyone forget, and then come back.
safe human
It's the
being,
internet.
but
People move on really quick.
if you're trying to turn over a new leaf, I mean, who am I to judge? If you're trying to be a better person, have at it, friend. And actually, this kind of philosophy about this type of thing is why I didn't cover this to begin with when it first happened. Yes, creepy Tino was back, but with this, you know, newly articulated perspective shift, I thought, okay, on you go. So rather than talking about this back in early October, I instead waited to see what kind of content Lily Tino would start to post again. And very soon it became clear that absolutely nothing has changed. Tino's first real video back involves, you guessed it, the women's bathroom, which I should have mentioned before, but Tino loves...
I won't get mad at Tino. These taps piss me off. I swear to God, they all have their sensor in a different spot. It's so stupid. Also, what is that tattoo? Is that a tattoo of a fucking piece of candy?
posting videos and pictures in
Okay,
women's
I hate stupid tattoo, man.
It's a whole thing. In this video, though, Tino is making a joke about how the automated sinks often don't work.
They don't.
I vehemently dislike you. It's like, of course, the first real video that you post after your break has to do with bathrooms. The very thing that got you chased off the internet in the first place. I am tired. The next video was about having to inject oneself with estrogen. In this 5-minute long video, Tino addresses having
5 minutes? It's not a TikTok? Do TikTokers go to 5 minutes now? I thought they peaked at 3.
voice and says in spite of this, he does take estrogen. To do what exactly? What feminization exactly is this estrogen doing for you? What is it doing? Also, what the hell is this photo in the background, dude?
Oh.
Like, is this some weird Doug Kink cosplay? Why is this hanging in
It's
your
in a
house?
dog's head on
Even
a
if I wanted to give
woman's
this guy the
body?
benefit of the doubt, I can't, because every
What?
new thing he does confirms for me that he is a freak. Perhaps the weirdest video that Lily Tino has posted since coming back to the internet was one that seems, once again, directed at children. So on brand. So on
Thinking is hard,
In this
okay?
video, Tino talks about growing up with the assumption of being same-sex attracted, but enjoying
Protects the
secretly
Kluge dolls. I don't... Okay.
wearing a bra under clothes, and generally feeling weird in adolescence.
Do you remember the time in middle school when you thought that you were gay or you felt
No.
gay and you told every single person in your class that you were gay, but then realized that you actually don't like boys, but you still felt gay? Yeah. And you know how you always feel like if you wore a bra under your clothes, you might feel really good? And how every day you wake up pretending to be someone you're not, and it's confusing because is everyone else feeling like this? Are they pretending too? And you're confused and you're lonely, and the big question that's haunting you for your entire life, like, why am I like this? Is there something wrong with me? Well, I have an answer for you.
Never felt like that in my entire life, no. Most people probably haven't. To be honest, no.
You are a trans woman. Yay!
Bro, lots of young people feel incredibly weird as teenagers. All of us felt weird as teenagers. How could you not? The only
I mean, I did, but not in the sense of, like, sexuality. But, yeah, I get it.
people who don't feel weird and actually enjoyed high school are the ones who go
I did
through
not
all
enjoy
those
high
years
school.
looking like actual adult people, while the rest of us are stuck looking like Gollum.
Oh no, don't react like that. It's actually a good thing. And I know you don't even really understand what it means to be trans because nobody freaking told you, but you are going to get a head start on that transition. You're going to start that laser hair removal. You're going to start those hormones, and you are going to be so freaking happy.
A bunch of
Or you're not going to be, because you are fucking 13, 14, 15, 16, you know, teenager, and your body was releasing hormones, natural hormones, and a lot of them at that. So you were kind of confused because, well, you know, as a teenager, you go through a lot of changes. And those changes might feel kind of weird because it's different. So you might feel a bit confused. That doesn't mean you should start taking drugs. Like, if we replaced hormone therapy with literally anything else, like steroids or heroin, like, oh yeah, remember when you felt different in high school and you didn't know if you fit in? Do steroids. Take heroin. It's like, if I replace this with anything else, it's immediately a stupid argument. So your initial argument was fucking stupid in the first place.
the comments on this were like, who exactly are you talking to here? Like, what,
Definitely
why are you
projecting.
talking as if this is directed at kids? Because Lily Tino is talking to kids, Simon. That's what's happening here. Lily Tino wants to talk to your kids and go to the places where your kids hang out. This has been made abundantly clear. Of course, the fun continues with Tino's presumably Halloween post, and you guessed it, this is another video about bathrooms, because of course it is.
Captain, a trans alien has beamed aboard.
I know it's a bit, but why is your first thought with aliens is, yeah, but what gender are they? Not, well, do they want to kill us? How advanced is their tech? Can we even communicate with them? No. What pronouns do they go by?
That's troubling. Put the ship on red alert. Apparently they ran straight from our teleporter to the bathroom. bathrooms. Wait, what? Yeah, straight to the women's room. Probably to do weird trans alien stuff. Send security. Wait, Captain, I'm receiving reports that they actually just went to the bathroom and didn't bother anyone? Okay, this must be one of their little tricks. Why would someone beam on board just to use our bathroom? Apparently her planet banned trans people from using public bathrooms? Weird. But if they banned them, there's gotta be a good reason for it, right? Sir, she said all those reasons are made up.
The funniest thing about these videos is how they really tell on the person who is making them.
Yeah.
Lily Tino so clearly does not think that women being uncomfortable with men
Is a good
using-
reason. It's not real. It's actually the patriarchy. It's men telling women how they should feel, which is why they feel that way. Yeah.
our facilities is a problem. Yeah, you're completely right. We have 100% made up our fear and concern. Thanks for your input, Noodle Hair. I won't lie, I do wish that Lily Tino was in fact an alien, so that I could call ICE!
Made up? Yeah, none of it's true. But why? The trans alien says she has no freaking idea. Oh, well that's kind of rude.
Well, I mean, to be fair, even from like an alien perspective, if you got someone who was negatively affected by something, I wouldn't take them 100% at their word because they're going to be biased. So, you know, there are very few people who, because everyone is biased, right, to an extent. But there are very few people in the world who are biased, but will A, admit that they're biased, and B, explain the story like in its full and explain both sides. Because to most people, the other side isn't important. It's just your side that matters. Like, only how you feel is what matters. Everyone else is irrelevant. Like, literally, here, with what Sydney said, it's like, well, you know, what's her name again? I don't remember. Lily. If, like, Lily Tino is saying that, like, basically, yeah, but women don't actually feel that way. Like, their feelings don't really matter. How I feel usurps them. It's like, okay.
They also don't let her play sports. Wait, really? Or have access to healthcare. Come on, what planet in their right mind does that? The planet is Transphobicus 9. Oh, that makes sense. This trans alien seems perfectly nice. Tell them they can use our bathroom anytime they want.
You know the screenshot that is circling Twitter right now? The one that says,
Amazing how much the discourse just... Okay.
that leftists
It's
will
kinda good,
deliberately
actually.
pretend not to understand issues, thus making discourse impossible. This is that. Now, for the most part, Lily Tino
I
has
don't think it's pretending though, because like you see some of these people and they're genuinely just fucking idiots. Like a lot of them, now it exists on the right as well, don't get me wrong. It definitely does. I just think the left are more vocal about it. I feel like the majority of people, like if you were to go percentage, is probably about the same. But it's like some of them just genuinely are fucking morons. And they only interact with other morons. So no one is ever getting new information.
escaped to Twitch,
Or like thinking critically about anything ever.
making that the primary platform for posting. And I admit that I went and watched a bunch of the streams over there, but they're like literally 2 hours long. Who is watching someone eat and talk smack for 2 hours? This is
Wasn't
like
Nico
trauma
Cotto's like 2 hours?
ASMR.
Jesus fucking...
Ugh. One of the biggest things
Could've warned
that
me about that.
infuriates me about this whole Lily Tino thing is that this person continues to have an audience, and it's probably mostly women. Lily Tino has obviously learned absolutely nothing, continues to have an audience who don't care about any of this behavior, and on a long enough timeline, this is an individual who's just going to go back to the same content that they've been making this entire time.
Yeah, but it's going to be nowhere
making
near as
women
big, and people are going to kind of keep an eye on them, so to speak.
out in the world uncomfortable, being weird towards kids.
So if
It's
they
like,
do weird shit, they'll get
it
caught
really
a lot
is
faster.
Groundhog Day, if we're being real. Not only that, and I didn't include this in the other videos that I made about Lily Tino because there's a lot here, and there's a lot that I need to go through and verify. But before all of the weird Disney stuff and the it's mamming the rest of the population, Lily Tino seems to have spent actual time inside
Oh?
classrooms with kids, which
Oh.
makes me raise all of
That's
my eyebrows
amazing.
all at once.
That's fantastic.
Not as a visitor or a substitute popping in for the day,
A
but
teacher.
seemingly real sustained contact with students. Public records and old social media breadcrumbs show Tino worked in multiple school settings, sometimes in roles that put this adult in direct daily proximity to minors. The exact title shift depending on which archived post you dig up, classroom substitute...
Director of gaming. Oh, Jewish. Oh no. Oh, the left aren't going to be happy about that. Or the right either, for that matter, actually. Anyway, people. Kitchen assistant, bartender, cooking specialist, substitute teacher, I don't know what a supply teacher is. Just teacher, after school community director.
after school program coordinator,
Ryu
actual
Games.
teacher, but the pattern is unmistakable. Access, authority, and a captive audience of children,
fuck
which
is
is
Ryu
quite
Games?
alarming. Now layer this with the content timeline. About a year after leaving one of these kid-adjacent positions, Tino was posting the same unhinged mix that later blew up online. I'm not super sure where to put this in this specific video, so I guess here's as good a place as any, but in my travels of the internet, I also
I looked
came
up Ryu
across
Games and nothing
information
came up.
about a former
Oh,
Reddit
wait.
account for Tino. I mean, this is all alleged, obviously, but apparently this...
It is a two-person company. And nothing has come from it since 2022. And the last thing is Lily Tino talking about trans issues. Okay.
account posted links to what seems to be a NAMBLA
Oh, it's mobile
blog.
esports.
NAMBLA stands for the North American Man-Boy Love Association.
Sorry, what?
You can probably piece together what that means. I'll just tell you, it's a fan of the Playground group. Are you surprised? Probably not really. So, as most of you probably have figured out by now, given this is what my fourth video about Lily Tino, I would like for this person to permanently leave the internet, because I think that
Won't happen.
much of the behavior that's been exhibited here is not okay. The weirdness towards children and the creepy behavior towards children, it's like, it's not quite there where it's so overt that you can point to it and say, look, this is what's
But it's
happening.
there subtle
But there's
enough to where
of
you
it
know.
going on in a way that builds a picture of who this person is and what this person is like. And so with Lily Tino coming back to the internet saying, I'm gonna do everything differently this time, look, I've grown and changed, I really didn't believe that for a second, and I think the fact that there's been an immediate return to form really demonstrates that this is a person incapable of shifting and incapable of making normal content. There's so much more to say about Lily Tino, and I'm sure that this will not be the last video that I make about this individual, but
3 more. I reckon 3 more in all over 2 years.
for the time being, I am positive that we can expect more creepy content, more weird bathroom behavior, and I'm sure with enough time on Twitch, this is going to just get worse, because now we have more and more content.
And yeah, and as well, I mean, Lily was live on TikTok from what I know, but not super often. If the main thing Lily is doing now is being live on Twitch, if you want to like see how a creator really is, catching them live is a really good way to do that. Because like, as I said, as everyone knows, like if you say something in a video, right, you can just edit it out. Say it on Twitch or Kick, whatever, you know, say it live. You can't edit that out. Like, that happened. You know? But the like, that's a disadvantage, but the advantage is as well, like, from a viewer perspective, is you know it's more real because you know stuff's not being edited. I suppose Ethan Klein is the only one that kind of does editing, because he has a 30-second delay, and he has, like, the button or whatever it's called, that if he says something he doesn't like, he can cut the last 10 seconds or whatever.
this person doing more and more things to look at and scrutinize. So unfortunately,
Which I think
for all of
conceptually is
us,
cool.
our friend Lily seems to be back on the internet for the foreseeable future. But I do think, and I maintain this is a person who is going to eventually do something that is going to get them in big, big trouble. And maybe that will be the Disney World situation. Maybe that will actually turn out to be something important. Or maybe it will be this other woman who has threatened to sue Tino after being photographed in the women's
I forgot
bathroom.
about her.
But in the end, for now, this is a creepy individual who's going to continue doing creepy things. And unfortunately, all we can do is sit back and watch the poop show unfold.
Of course they're going to stay creepy because no one in their community is calling them out. If someone from an outside community calls you out, they can kind of point finger and say, well, they don't like me just because I'm trans, not because the stuff I'm doing is actually really, really weird and just creepy. No, they hate me because I'm trans. That is kind of the... Although, to be fair, if someone in her own community called her out, then she would probably say the same thing, like, oh, you're actually just... you have internalized transphobia. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Now, on that note, and before I open the
They
floor
play that
to
card a
all
lot.
of you, this is just
Although
me
usually it's
reminding to
internalized
get
fat
around
phobia.
these using the link in the description. I have used them for literally years now. I am a massive fan of what they're about. And so if this is something that you care about, you want to have better informed opinions about the news, absolutely check them out. Now, I open the floor to all of you. What
Don't
do
need
you all
ground
think?
news. I
Are
get all
you
my
on
news from
my side
Asmongold.
of this issue where you just wish that Lily Tino would have stayed away and not come back to the internet? Do you think it's a good thing that this person is back and making content and giving us all these opinions that we...
I think it is a good thing because they're getting more evidence on themselves. So that way, if anyone ever brings up a case against them, you know,
that we now know and love. What do you think of the really bizarre, weird bathroom videos? Do you think that it's very on brand for Lily Tino to come back and immediately make this sort of content?
Of course it's on brand.
Do you think that we're all just really misunderstanding who this individual is and they have good intentions with what they're trying to do? What do you make of the escape to Twitch? Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? What do you think of the information I kind of just dropped there at the end on all of you about the NAM?
Bad thing for Twitch as a platform. Good for Lily Tino herself though, because Twitch will tolerate literally anything that's not right leaning. Not even right wing, just right leaning.
Stuff.
Even centralists are now considered right wing. So like,
have you? Does that surprise you to hear? And what do you generally make of this issue overall? As always, if you have made it this far in the video, congratulations. I always like having you along for the full ride. If you are new here and you're not subscribed already,
I
and
am
you would like to
subbed.
see more of me and more of this kind of
oh,
content,
I forgot. Yeah,
feel
you
free
can
to subscribe
change.
to the channel as well as leaving this video a like and a comment because I do read the majority of them and I like hearing your feedback. As I always say, I hope you little potato noodle magoos stay safe and well and make good choices, and I will
Yo,
see
potato.
your
I'm Irish. Is that racist? Yo, chat. Can I sue for racism?
wonderful
Discrimination.
Halloween faces in the next video.
I didn't dress in anything Halloween this year, but next year I know it's 2 years late, but I'm dressing as Toji. Since I watched JJK Season 2, I've always wanted to dress as Toji, but my arms weren't big enough. I only have 16-inch arms. Toji has like 17-inch arms or 18-inch arms. So if I have 16.5, I can get away with it. You know? And I'm also not like shredded right now. So that wouldn't work either. It's a shame, but you know, I'll do it next year. If worst comes to worst, I can just be Gojo when he gets like put back together or whatever the fuck, and when he has all his scars. I really want to do that as well. I plan on doing that the year after. But yeah, good video as usual, Sydney. I will see you all tomorrow.